What's going on, guys? TKD123 back here, and today we're going to be reviewing another album this week that we listened to the entire week. I'm saying it wasn't a lot of time, to be honest with you guys, just because I had the weekend stuff this week. Definitely go check out those videos, the vlog, and a video that I made of, you know, some weekend songs you might not be aware of. But here we're going to talk about Wale's Shine. Now, you know, this is kind of the first full in-depth album for Wale that I've ever really listened to in a way. I'm saying, like, I've heard Wale songs here and there, but I haven't really, you know, heard a full album by him. I'm saying, so this is kind of like, I guess, my first introduction to a Wale album. And you know why I wanted to review this was you know, mainly because of when I saw an article on XXL when he announced the artwork of it, right? And it looked like a, you know, like pretty enticing album. You know, I was assuming that, you know, there's gonna be some deep undertones with a little baby's hand holding the moon. I don't know, I just thought, you know, it looked interesting to me, right? It looked interesting to me, and plus the features on it when he announced that, those looked insane. So I decided to really, you know, just review this album, right? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, you know, popping this on the radar. This wasn't anything that was really planned in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't really, you know, even looking forward to this in a way. But I decided, you know what? Why not? Let's do it. Whatever. While, you know, a lot of people in my circles, right, said that, hey man, stay away from Wale, he's whack, like, you know, and I've, you know, not that, you know, I believe that, but, you know, I've heard features from him and I thought, you know, his features were okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, like his single songs that were like really big, I thought they were okay, right? But you know, I just heard from a lot of people that, hey man, like, he's whack, don't give him a chance, and you know, I'm somewhat glad I didn't really, you know, I'm somewhat glad I didn't listen to them. Before we go into my thoughts and opinions, the logistics of the album, let's do this, right? So it's 14 songs and it's 55 minutes long. So it's a nice, I'd say it's a little bit longer than usual, right? For like 14 tracks, and then, like, you know, because usually when we get 14 tracks, it's usually around the, like, you know, 45-minute or like 42-minute, you know, line. But now we're at 55, almost just under an hour. So definitely a nice full album, and I feel that was pretty big. Like, it felt pretty long to me, in my personal opinion. So definitely a nice kind of lengthy, kind of lot of, you know, bulk to this album as well. And overall, you know, from taking into account all of the criticisms and all of the things that I heard prior, you know, to listen to this album, I'm saying, like, from a bunch of people that have listened to Wale in the past, or people, you know, that just don't like Wale as a whole, you know, I left this album pretty happy with what I listened to. I'm saying, like, it was good, right? Like, I won't say it's amazing, I won't say it's like, you know, album of the year, I won't say it's like one of the greatest albums I've ever heard in my life, but, you know, for what it is and for what I was expecting, which was really, you know, nothing, honestly. Like, I didn't have any expectations, really, you know, because I literally just made this decision to, you know, just listen to the Wale album, I think the morning of Monday. Like, I like was like getting up, I'm like, oh yeah, like 1 million, you know, what am I gonna review this week? Like, okay, you know, Wale, you know, it just came out, and obviously, you know, and actually, you know, one of the main reasons why was because he actually put out this album a little bit earlier, which I think he put it out, I think, a week earlier or something like that. Like, he was supposed to put this out a little bit later, you know, in May, but he actually did it a week prior, I guess. So hey, that's, you know, pretty good, not bad. You know, that's nice fan service. Obviously, maybe that was some sort of move to get in, you know, to just steer clear from, I think he was supposed to drop today, actually, like this week. Maybe he wanted to steer clear from Logic, I guess. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know why you would, I don't know, I don't see, you know, Logic as a real threat, but I guess maybe he is. But you know, overall, I'm happy. You know, so yeah, he put this out a week early, and you know, overall, like I said before, I thoroughly enjoyed, not thoroughly, I enjoyed this album, right? You know what I'm saying? It was just a nice, I feel like it's basically your kind of run-of-the-mill hip-hop good vibey album, right? And this album, it screams summer in a lot of ways. Like it feels like a summer album in a lot of ways, and like in a lot of different tracks where it sounds, you know, that like upbeat vibe to it. And I think still one of my favorite tracks on this album is still My Love. That is definitely 100% a summer album through and through. Like, it's one of those just upbeat, great background summer tracks that I'm going to be bumping. It will be definitely on my summer playlist, definitely 100%, but you know, 100% will be on there, and it is definitely one to play in the car with the sun out. You know what I'm saying? It is just a beautiful, you know, it's a great song, guys. Come on, great song. But then, you know, I feel like there are also a lot of tracks in the album where it kind of loses its summer feel to it, you know what I'm saying? And it gets into something a little bit more grittier, a little more dark, you know what I'm saying? Like a little bit more trap-esque, especially with Travis Scott. That track, Fish and Grits, I think it's called. And you know, obviously, you know, when you get Travis Scott on a track, it's gonna sound a little bit, you know, like trap, I'm saying. But overall, I felt that, you know, this album was, for the most part, pretty dynamic, but pretty, you know, mainstream, streamlined in that kind of hip-hop up vibey feel to it, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know, going into some of the features, we have a ton of features on this album. We have a ton of features everywhere on this track, and you know, the entire project as a whole. And we're gonna go, you know, just from top to bottom. Lil Wayne on Running Back, oh my god, that verse is so good. That verse is fucking good, man. He absolutely kills it. Like, he's just making funny whips as he usually does, you know, funny quips, funny jokes as he usually does, Lil Wayne. And it is an excellent feature. Great job, Lil Wayne. It is beautiful. And then on my personal favorite track of the entire album, we have My Love, of course, with Major Lazer, Wizkid, and this new artist named like Dua Lip or something like that, or Dua Lip. I don't know how you say her name. Whatever. Him, her. Whatever. The features on this track are obviously, you know, again, great. You know what I'm saying? It is, again, like I said before, it is that kind of upbeat summer track, you know, where it has that, you know, kind of islandy vibe to it. Definitely a great track. Arguably my favorite. I think it is my favorite, honestly. Like, you know, that is the one that stuck to me the most upon first listening to, and even the last listen to I did last night. It is, you know, one of my favorite tracks on this whole thing. Then we get G-Eazy as well, which, you know, G-Eazy I honestly overlooked, to be honest with you, just because, like, it's weird, because so like what they did with his voice in the track, it sounds like heavily edited, and of course, you know, it's for a reason, right? Like, it's for, you know, of course it's maybe, I don't know, the style he wanted to achieve in this track, but you know, it's so edited where like it's so forgettable, it's like not even funny. So like, to me, G-Eazy basically not even on this track, honestly, like not even on this project, to be completely honest with you guys. And that's just how I felt, honestly. Like G-Eazy's verse is so forgettable. It's so it just doesn't pop, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you listen to Lil Wayne's verse, when you listen to Travis Scott's verse, those pop, like those make an impact, as opposed to G-Eazy, where it just sounds like he's a part of the instrumental. Like, just sounds like, you know, whatever, right? That's just how I felt. And then of course we get Travis Scott, obviously one of the highlights of the feature. And obviously, you know, Travis Scott is becoming to be like basically like a second Drake in features, right? Where whenever you see Travis Scott on the track, it's gonna be good. Whenever you see Drake on the track, it's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever you see Wayne on the feature, it's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Travis Scott is like growing to that type of caliber, which is amazing to see. It's awesome, because the more Travis Scott we have, the better the world is, personally. You know, that's my personal opinion. You know, Travis Scott obviously kills in this track. I feel like everyone would have even guessed that. That's not even something that, you know, I feel need to be said, really. Like, when you have Travis Scott, that's like questioning a Drake feature. Like, come on, like why are you questioning it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know it's gonna be good. Travis Scott is amazing. It's good. It's a good feature. And lastly here, we get some great vocals towards the end with Heaven on Earth with Chris Brown as well. Those vocals were awesome. Chris Brown did a great job overall. Definitely like that feature. So, you know, overall, again, you know, trying to, you know, just, I want to touch base on something else too here, where, you know, I can see the negative qualities to Wale that everyone kind of told me before going into this album, right? I heard it, you know, in this album as well, right? And at least for me personally, how I kind of interpreted that is, there are some tracks on this where honestly Wale sounds annoying as hell. Like, there are parts in this album where like you just want Wale just like to kind of just stop, or like to kind of just stop the track, honestly, like, or just do something else other than like the repetitive nature. Like, that's the main thing I want to get here, you know what I'm saying, is that like sometimes in this album, right, like honestly a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, just be Frank Ocean with you guys, you know, just be cumpleaños, really. I said Frank Ocean and cumpleaños. Anyway, Wale, honestly, a lot of times in his album sounds very, very repetitive, right? And it's to a point where it gets so annoying. It's like, dude, like, I want something else. Like, give me like another verse. Give me, I don't know, give me something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, there's like, he will repeat the same thing for like a minute and a half, and it's like, bruh, give me something. like give me something else, man. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, that's neither here nor there, honestly. Like, you know, some people might enjoy that. That's great. That's your prerogative. But you know, just for me, I'm not really the biggest fan of the repetitive nature of you know, some of his things in his album, you know what I'm saying? But overall, when I look at it, you know what I'm saying, like, when I step back, when I take in all the features, all the elements of this album, all of the different kind of dynamic instrumentals in this album, with all of the mainly, you know, streamlined, kind of upbeat, nice summer instrumentals to it, where it has a nice feel that's more of an upbeat summer thing that we're all looking forward to. You know, we're all definitely going to be bumping our summer albums, you know, coming right now, really, you know, towards the end of May and stuff like that. But, you know, when we look at that, you know, in short, it is a good album, right? Like, I feel that, okay, this is a nice album, right? I won't say it's anything great. I won't say it's amazing. I won't tell you guys that, oh yeah, definitely buy this album. I'm not gonna say that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, just for what it is, for what I personally expected from Wale, right? Which is, again, not really much, you know what I'm saying? Just because I never really heard the Wale album as a whole. For the most part, I walked away enjoying the album, right? That's what, you know. Of course, there were my negative elements that, you know, I said as well, where it sounded a bit repetitive and it sounded, you know, a little bit kind of just like I was wanting something just different to come on, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to him just repeating the same ad-lib or same, you know, line. But overall, good album, you know what I'm saying? Shine, great. So I would, you know, recommend, I guess, a stream, whatever, or maybe hopefully you can catch it on, I don't know, like a playlist of someone, you know what I'm saying? Just like, I wouldn't recommend buying it personally. Honestly, me, you know, I wouldn't recommend you go buy it. I would just, you know, stream it. If you have a, you know, Spotify, Apple Music service, definitely stream it. You know, give it a listen. You may like it, you may not. I can definitely see why people might not like it, and I can see why, you know, people might be a little bit more towards, you know, a little bit more towards my end, where they like it to a degree, right? Where it's a good album. You know what I'm saying? It's not anything crazy, just a good album. And on that note, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share down below. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.